be tested positive for this.
Yeah, and Katie, I do think we should just take a moment and send our well wishes to the Klobuchar Bessler family.
There is not a nicer man than John Bessler
her
out
husband. There really is not. And anyone who has, worked with the senator here in Washington has met him at events. They are oftentimes together. In this case, they're saying that they weren't. So she's still able to continue working because it's been 2 weeks since she saw him. But he is very, very ill in the hospital and is telling people to really not mess around because this could really hit you in a very personal way. We also know that Ben McAdams, who's a young, pretty fit, as far as we know, member of the House from Utah, who landed in the hospital with symptoms of this. I think, like all of us, this is far away until it isn't. And with the rapid spread of this disease, I think it's inevitable where, most of us will learn of somebody that they know who has been very dramatically affected by what's going on here. I just think it's a matter of time, and it underscores to everyone just how seriously we should take this. And when you spend your time in the corridors of power in Washington, you're used to being protected from a lot of the things that affect every other, American in the country. And this virus, as we know, does not discriminate. It doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have or power you have or don't have. It can come to you as well. And, as far as the gym's concerned, the senators are used to operating under their own rules. We were talking yesterday on the show about the fact that the gym was closed, but they walk in there with a combination lock. And so I think that this is really a shock for everyone. And politically speaking, Joe, to the point that you've been making repeatedly over and over and over again on the show about it being a medical crisis and not an economic crisis, what I don't understand about where the president is coming from here is that if you do not take the actions necessary to stop this spread, if you do not keep these measures in place for as long as we need them, the political and economic ramifications are not going to ignore the reality that results. This is not something you can bluster or push or headline or whatever your way out of. You just can't. If this medical crisis is exacerbated because this president lifts these social restrictions too quickly, we are going to have an economic crisis. If he wants to get reelected, he's going to need to make sure that his decisions aren't blamed for everyone being concerned that somebody they know was in the hospital or passed away. We all at NBC News had a very beloved colleague that we've already lost to this virus, and we are still only at the beginning.
All right, Kasie Hunt, great insight.